for your slower balls, but it's tough, especially on this side we're playing now, where there's the small boundary. So you got to first of all accept that you're going to go for boundaries. You can't get too down on yourself. You can't get too upset. But 2020 cricket, you've always got a chance to make a difference. So you just got to focus on the next ball.
You guys need a victory. Good luck for today.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Alistair. Making a few good points to Mal Mills. One, of course, the pitches here in Sharjah, very batting friendly, and a little indication that he's not 100% to Mal Mills. That was a quick look at what happened to Kandahar. They went down in their 2 matches so far, so they are a team in trouble. But Kabul, well, in contrast, of course, doing very well indeed. Their first match, they chased 218. Who would have thought? What a rollicking start. And the previous match, here's the man who got the first century of the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, powered by Fog. So well done, Hazrat. We're all very proud of you. And we'll take a quick look at who we can talk to. I think Alistair Campbell is with one of the Kabul players.
Well, alongside me, Laurie Evans, a bloke that's having quite a good tournament thus far. Enjoying the wicket here?
Yeah, that first night was probably one of the best wickets I've played on. Certainly, you know, with the size of the boundaries, it made that target probably somewhere just above par. We probably said 200 was about par. So yeah, I've loved it. It's been a great tournament so far, and I mean, obviously today will be completely different, you know, in the middle afternoon in the heat. So just got to adapt as best we can.
Okay, let's talk about playing. This will be your first game in the afternoon. What have you talked about doing things a bit differently, or are you just trying to do the same thing and stick to the same game plans?
Yeah, I always just try and adapt as much as I can. I play the situation, I play the wicket, I play the bowlers. Don't try and think about it too much. Have my ideas about what I'm going to try and do, and we obviously know there's stats out there to sort of see what a good score is, etc., etc. But we're just going to, you know, hopefully play our best game, and that'll be good enough.
Okay, I mean, Sussex this season got into the finals as well. Rashid Khan, your captain here, played for Sussex as well. Was he influential in getting you into his side?
Probably, probably. But I heard that maybe one other side wanted me as well, so that was nice, just for my personal confidence. But yeah, obviously Rash has been great, and you know he's got the guys together, you know, and he's integrated the overseas with the sort of the Afghanistan locals really well, and they're a great bunch. And he's one of the most fierce competitors I've ever come across.
Good luck for today.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Alistair. Laurie Evans, the kind of tournament he's had here, well, every team would be happy to have Mr. Evans. But we'll see whether Kabul can once again come up with the win, because it is, as we've said before, Kandahar Knights who are under pressure. All right, we will get another indication of what the pitch is capable of. This is possibly the one that the first match was played on, but Alistair Campbell has been very busy, and he tells us how the pitch may behave today.
Well, we've had 2 night games, and now it's time for a double header, and we're starting this afternoon. It's very hot out here. There is a bit of a breeze blowing, but I tell you what, it's very hot out here, and thankfully the groundsmen have got an umbrella. We've been chatting about the wickets, so I've got int on what's going to be happening here today. Now, thank you guys. I'm just going to move forward. This here is where we played the last 2 games. It's been 1 game per night, and that's been covered now to allow it to rest, and we're over on this strip. And this is the one we played on 3 days ago, so it's had time to recover. And just looks a little different. I'm going to come down here on a length, and I'll tell you why it looks different, is that it's been under that same cover. And have a look here at all this green grass. And this reminds me of what it was like on that first night that the curator did leave some grass on, hoping that it would aid batting and not be too sticky and not stick in the wicket as we saw with these afternoon games. So I think he's done a pretty good job here of trying to leave some grass on here to make sure that the ball is coming on and doesn't turn too much. Remember, there's 2 games today, so he doesn't want it deteriorating too much. And this is the first double header of 4. The next 4 days are all double headers, so he's got to make sure that he just leaves a bit in this wicket so it doesn't die too much and doesn't deteriorate too much. It looks an absolute belter. I still think in these day games that it tends to hold up a little bit. It's not as quick as it is in the evening, but it still looks a really good wicket, particularly with this covering of green grass. So it'll be interesting to see what the captains do and how they want to go about attacking things. But I think this is looking a pretty good surface, and we still should see a decent total set.
Well, thanks, Alistair. It looks like one of the tosses that a captain might be happy to lose, saying, well, you pick. I'm quite happy to just do what you asked me to. I'm Charu Sharma. I've got Brian Murgatroyd here with me. Brian, what does par score to you now appear like?
Well, it's an interesting one. Good afternoon to you, Charu, and good afternoon to all our viewers. It's a difficult one to call, purely and simply because this is the pitch that was used for the opening match of the tournament when it was 218 played 220, which you mentioned a little earlier. But of course, it's a different kettle of fish now, isn't it? Because it's a day game. Dew is not going to be a factor. A little bit of grass on the surface, so the carry should be decent. The ball should come onto the bat, we hope. So I think whoever bats first will be looking at a score in excess of 200. Particularly as Tymel Mills mentioned, we are on one side of the square, so the boundary towards University Road, which was peppered last night, is in danger of being peppered again today, you would imagine.
Yeah, well, I don't think most of the Afghan batsmen really care about how far the boundary is. They're all very strong and they hit the ball a long way. Okay, so what's the captain going to do? This could be a tricky one. Ajay Mehra was down there with the captains for the toss.
So it's going to be once again a double header today. We're all set for the first game this evening, and it's going to be a big one. It's going to be Kabul taking on Kandahar. I've got both the captains with me. It's Rashid Khan leading the Kabul side. It's Asghar Afghan who's leading the Kandahar side, and of course David Dukes, the match referee. All in readiness. Asghar's got the coin. Head is the call from Rashid.
It's a tail.
It's a tail. Asghar, you won the toss. What have you decided?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I would like ball first.
Any reasons for that? Because chasing has been better.
Yeah, because today wicket is looking very good. That's why we go for chasing our today because we are going to long bat.
Anything in mind you'd like to restrict the opposition to any score, particular score?
We try our best. They are restricted 150, 160 run because later on the chase easy way for chasing the wicket.
Looking for some points on the board as well.
Yeah, of course, because
But you know, overall, your top order, you know, apart from you, I think it's been a struggle. They've got the stars, but I think you like to, you know, chase today much better as compared to what you've done earlier.
Yeah, the past is gone because today is a new game and new day. That's why we are thinking today. We are learning a lot of things for past games. Inshallah, today we are trying our best to play good and positive cricket.
All the best for today.
Thank you very much.
Rashid, had you won the toss, what do you decided to do?
I think we would want to bat a ball as well, but you know it's a day game. There will be no effect of the dew later on, so we just need to play positive cricket and just enjoy yourself.
Any particular target you have in mind? Any particular score you have in mind?
You can't say anything because these tracks are totally different. Sometimes 160 is a good total, sometimes 200 comes very low total. So we just need to play according to the condition. We just need to play just with the condition as soon as possible and play positive cricket, and let's see whatever the result is.
Well, I think the big positive for your side has been the top order. You know, the way they've performed. Hazratullah in the last game was special. Luke Ronchi as well. So top order has done really well.
Yeah, exactly. In T20, top order is a very play a main role in the team. So they are performing well. They are doing well. I think every one of our team is doing their best. It's not about depending on one player.